Welcome to this week's Better Branding Tip, everyone. This week we're going to talk about my 3 non-negotiables in business. So if you've watched any of our videos, you know that it's really important when you're building a better brand to both have a brand guide as well as brand values, because they help keep you on track and keep you going in the right direction. Well, today, in addition to that, I want to talk about 3 non-negotiables in business for me personally, things that I have found to be both helpful and healthy. The first non-negotiable is that I take breaks before I break completely. And that's something that I want all of my employees and everyone I work with to be able to do as well, is to understand that it's okay to take breaks. No one likes to be overworked. No one likes tight deadlines, though sometimes you do have to deal with those situations. It's not a way of life here at 321 Russ, and it's not a way of life for me personally. I'm a big fan of taking breaks. We're in the creative business, and that takes a lot of brain power and brain energy. It's important to be healthy. It's important to be having a clear mind and being able to approach situations, solving problems for people, creating things that have never been created before with a fresh set of eyes and not overworked or under-rested or things like that. And so I encourage you, take breaks before you break completely. The second non-negotiable here at 321 Russ is that we work with who we want to work with and who we choose to work for. In the past, we've had situations where at one point a pornography website reached out to us and said they wanted to hire us to develop a new website for them. That's a non-negotiable and something I am not going to partake in. And why is that? Well, that's because it's counterproductive and counterintuitive to our values and our mission here at 321 Russ. If you know what our values are, it's actually on our About Us page on our website. Or if you've heard, actually we had a recent video, I'll go ahead and link it right here, a recent video that talked about our mission here at 321 Russ. Those don't line up with pornography. They don't line up with that industry at all. And we just don't approve of it, quite frankly. And so we're not going to work with that type of a client. Now, there's probably other clients that we wouldn't work with either, but I don't need to go down a long list of who they are. At the end of the day, that's why you have values. That's why you have a mission statement. That's why you want to build a brand guide, is because it helps you then filter every decision you make as a company through that lens. So it doesn't resonate with us. It doesn't connect. That's why we're not going to work with that client. But we're going to choose who we want to work for. It doesn't mean that sometimes we don't work with clients who are a pain in the neck. And that happens sometimes. And that's the industry. It's okay. We get through that. But we do choose who we want to work with and for. And there are times that we will turn down a project, we will recommend a competitor or somebody else in the industry that we know can provide a result for somebody, because we don't want to necessarily leave them hanging and just be like, sorry, no thanks, or never give them a call back when they called us, or don't follow up with them. That's not the legacy we want to leave. But at the same time, our legacy is important, and we want to work with certain companies that have certain values themselves. And that's how we filter that second non-negotiable. Our third and final non-negotiable that we're going to cover today is that I personally don't work on my birthday, and no one here at 321 Russ works on their birthday if I have a say in it. And some people might hear that, and probably about 50% of the people watching this video are going to hear that and be like, what? That's ridiculous. Like, work, man, get her done, all that kind of stuff. Why is it so important to take your birthday off? Quite honestly, this is how I like to consider it. Imagine your spouse or your young child says, could you take this day off? It's my birthday. Could you take the day off and maybe not go into work, maybe spend some time with me? Let's go do this. Would you not want to do that? Would you not say yes to that young child or yes to your spouse if it was in your power to do so? Yeah, you would. Why? Because you value them. And I like to value myself as well and my time. Let me also put it in this perspective. So let's say you live to be 90 years old. It's about 32,850 days if you live to be 90 years old. You've lived 32,850 days on this earth. Do you know what 90 days, if you did take every single one of your birthdays off, which obviously, when you're young, you're going to take those days off because you're not working. But if you take 90 days out of your 32,850 days. That's less than 1/4% of your life. Like that's a 1/4%. I think it's 0.27% of your life, 0.27% of your life that you've actually taken off work. And I submit to you, it's worth it. You're not guaranteed 90 years. I'm not guaranteed 90 years. And the clients will always be there. But my family, time to reflect on that last year and plan and strategize for the next year, those are things I get to do on my birthday. Obviously, I'm going to relax as well, and that's okay. And I just want to give you permission to take your birthday off, to take time for yourself, to realize that there will always be work there, but you won't always have a birthday, right? Like, obviously there'll be an expiration date, and you only get one a year. And for those of you who just can't seem to wrap your mind around the idea of taking that one day off a year, let me just encourage you, you're worth it. You're worth it. The work will always be there. Take the day off, take some time to think through things, plan accordingly, celebrate with those you love. That will help you in the long run. It kind of goes back to our first non-negotiable of taking breaks before you break. If you can take your birthday off, you'll feel a lot better about yourself at the end of the year. You'll feel a lot better about yourself at the end of that week. When you go back into work the day after your birthday and everyone asks how your birthday went, I guarantee you there's a little bit of FOMO going on there. There's a little bit of everyone else around your workplace is going, man, I wish I could take my birthday off. Or wouldn't it be nice to take my birthday off? And some of them are still going to think of it like, well, why would you need to take your birthday off? But honestly, I don't think they have the right perspective. That's just my personal opinion. And it's also because it's my non-negotiable. And it's the third and final non-negotiable here at 321 Russ. Do you have non-negotiables in your personal life or in your business that you found helpful and actually healthy for you to adhere to? If you do, put it in the comment below. I'd love to hear about your non-negotiable. Thanks so much for watching this week's Better Branding Tip, everyone. We'll see you soon.